I won't let you eat at a fancy Japanese restaurant. You incompetent old man, clean up instead. Miura didn't think highly of me, an old man, and once again left me behind at the company while he took some young employees to a high-end Japanese restaurant. Oh, I see. I wanted to defy the order of my female boss, but my pride wouldn't allow it. If that's how it is, I'll slowly clean up and make my female boss tremble. Determined, I rolled up my sleeves. Mr. Johnson, can I talk to you for a moment? My name is Mike Johnson, 57 years old. I work for a company that sells office supplies such as stationery and office chairs. I used to work for a different company but transferred here a year ago. I learned about this company through a job site, attracted by the good salary, the employment system after retirement, and the acceptance of mid-career hires. I've just finished my training, still in my first year of joining. Learning new things can be challenging, but I'm doing my best every day to learn a job. The ratio of male to female employees in this company is 8-2, mostly male. There are also young employees in their early 20s, and everyone is friendly, creating a harmonious atmosphere in the office. And my immediate supervisor is... Mr. Johnson, are you listening? Yes. Suddenly called out loudly. I jumped as if struck all over my body. When I turned around, Kato Miura, the female manager, was glaring at me with a fierce expression. How are you ignore your superior calling for you since earlier? I'm sorry, I got too focused. From then on, I stood there and received a scolding until my female boss was satisfied. Other male employees working nearby looked at me and forced smiles. Redo the calculation here, and don't confuse focusing on your work with getting lost in your own world. I hired an old man like you, so do the work defeating on it. In front of the other employees, the female boss lectured me. I'm still inexperienced, so it's only natural to make mistakes and be reprimanded. But recently, I've started to think that this female boss might have a grudge against me. Having young people in the workplace really brings vitality, doesn't it? They willingly help with heavy tasks and are reliable. On the other hand, a seasoned newcomer like you, an old man, is useless. Maybe you should retire soon? Despite the fact that there should be other employees who joined through mid-career hires, I am treated coldly because I'm an old man. Your manager prizes the young employees, but shows me no kindness or guidance. Since joining, I've been constantly scolded by Miura manager, but I managed to get by thanks to the support of my colleagues. It's not just the Miura manager, even her superior and the company president are elderly, yet she directs her anger specifically at me. Other male employees pretend to please and admire Miura manager to avoid angering her, but deep down, everyone dislikes her. Miura is the manager in charge of male employees, and the only female employee in a leadership position. She always looks busy, strutting around the office in her high heels. She's a strong-willed woman who confidently interacts with older male employees like me. However, her behavior is drastically different when she interacts with younger male employees whom she adores, making me a middle-aged man like her feel insignificant. Oh, did you cut your finger on the paperwork? Let me put a band-aid on it. Just wait a moment. Her actions were an attempt to flirt with a man who was more than a decade younger than her, despite being 47 years old. It was quite pathetic to witness. According to veteran employees who have been with the company for a long time, their manager is apparently single. Upon hearing that, I understood. She tried to alleviate her loneliness through contact with younger men like that. Other employees don't defy mirror manager and keep her happy by casually engaging with her. As a result, a reverse harem situation was forming around the female manager. In that setting, I, an old man, was treated indifferently by mirror manager on a daily basis. I was essentially an outlet for her stress. You seem to have an old age smell, Mr. Johnson. Make sure you take a proper bath. Yes, I take a bath every day. The female boss always finds some arbitrary reason to scold me, and invariably, another male employee who can't bear to see it happening says, I ran here because it seemed like I wouldn't make it back from my lunch break on time. I'm sweaty too, sorry. Oh, it's absolutely fine. In fact, it's wonderful that you're running. It's not sweaty at all because you're still young. Immediately, the female manager changes her attitude and dotes on the male employee. Meanwhile, I avoid the female boss with the help of other employees. One day, Manager Miller was in a good mood and praising the male employees. Impressive! Being able to secure a contract with a major company is quite something. It seems that a young employee went on a sales visit to a major company and successfully secured a contract for our product. The young employee is delighted with the success of their sales. It's amazing how salespeople can secure a contract with major companies. I genuinely respect the achievements of the young employee. Sales is not suitable for me since I lack sales skills and stamina. Seeing others effortlessly succeed in areas where I struggle makes me envious. Well, he must have honed his sales skills and worked hard. It's definitely not easy. Immediately, regret what I said. Everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses, and I also have one particular skill worth mentioning. The day continues without any major events, and I'm getting more accustomed to my work. When it was time to leave at the end of the workday, a male employee approached me. He is the most handsome employee in the company and Manager Miller's favorite. He's diligent in his work and always friendly when talking to me. Manager Miller is taking everyone to a high-end Japanese restaurant tonight. Mr. Johnson, why don't you come along? It seems like they are going to a high-end Japanese restaurant that's often featured on TV. I heard that Manager Miller will be the host, treating everyone to a dinner as a social gathering. By the way, there wasn't a proper welcome party for you, right? I'll talk to Manager Miller and make sure we have one. Let's have a drink together. When I joined the company a year ago, it was during a busy period, and things were hectic in the office. My welcome party was forgotten amidst the chores. It's kind of him to remember and offer to arrange it. Oh, Mr. Johnson, are you coming too? Just as I was contemplating whether to join the social gathering, manager Miller appeared. It seems she came to invite this favorite handsome employee, but as soon as she saw me, she flowered in displeasure. On this occasion, why don't we have a welcome party for Mr. Johnson as well? The handsome employee flashed a bright smile, showing his white teeth, and proposed it to manager Miller. Blushing and captivated by his attractive appearance, manager Miller seemed lost in thought. Yes, Mr. Johnson, you should come as well. I was expecting her to say I shouldn't come. However, perhaps because of the handsome employee's presence, manager Miller invites me with a smile. Overwhelmed with joy, I was about to say yes. Wait a moment, I have something important to discuss with Johnson. Can you wait for us at the entrance with everyone else? Understood, we'll be waiting then. The handsome employee leaves the office with a refreshing smile. Only I and manager Miller remain in the room. Suddenly, manager Miller lets out a deep sigh. Sigh, can you pretend to be unwell? But earlier you said it was fine. Taken aback by her sudden change, I can't hide my confusion. Manager Miller walks closer to me and points her finger sharply at me. I want to take you to a fancy Japanese restaurant. Useless old man, just clean up. I immediately understood. This person doesn't want an old man like me to come. They discriminate against me, even compared to the young employees. I see. Even if I forcefully go, it's the young employees who will comfort the grumpy manager Miller. I can't let them go out of their way for me anymore. I decided to obey manager Miller's orders. Understood. Actually, I've been feeling sick since this morning. Is that so? Heavy food can burden your stomach, right? I will let everyone know. You don't have to clean too much. As soon as manager Mira realizes I won't be coming, she narrows her eyes and smirks. Then she leaves the scene, humming to herself, completely ignoring my claim of stomachache. It's a total lie that my stomach hurts, even though I know I'm not well liked. It's shocking to see such an overt lack of welcome. In this situation, am I Cinderella? Manager Mira is like the mean stepmother, and I'm Cinderella, not allowed to go to the ball. She orders me to clean the house while she and her real daughters go to the castle's ball. It's just like in a fairy tale. Realizing the similarity, I unintentionally muttered to myself. Looking out the window, it's already twilight. I could go against manager Miller's order to clean and head home, but I don't want her to nag at me the next day. In a fairy tale, a magician would appear at this point, but unfortunately, such things don't exist in reality. I have no figure things out on my own. Besides, not cleaning goes against my pride. Alright, let's startle manager Miller a little. I roll up my shirt sleeves and retrieve cleaning tools from the locker. The next day, Manager, thank you for the feast last night. It was my first time going to a fancy Japanese restaurant. Please take us there again sometime. Manager Miller, who arrived at work, is surrounded by young subordinates, and she's smiling happily. It seems she enjoyed her meal while being flattered by the male employees last night. Both her stomach and heart are satisfied, making manager Miller in a very good mood with radiant skin. Sure, let's go again with everyone. As for me, I had a pain relief paint on my arm that I bought at the convenience store.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson. Oh, what happened?
The handsome employee who greeted me in the morning was the same person who invited me yesterday. He looks concerned, observing the pain relief patch on my arm.
Oh, well, I exercised a bit too much yesterday. You know, it's for preventing muscle soreness, considering my age. I heard from Manager Mira that you weren't feeling well. I was worried. It's a shame you couldn't join us yesterday, but please don't push yourself.
I couldn't go to the restaurant because Victor Mira told me to clean, but it felt like I was lying, and my conscience bothered me. Nevertheless, this handsome employee is truly a nice person. As the handsome employee looked around, he titled his head in confusion.
I've been feeling it since I arrived this morning, but the office seems lighter today. Maybe they changed the fluorescent light. That could be it.
I replied. At that moment, I heard voices arguing in the corridor, seemingly between a man and a woman. Among those voices was Director Mira's voice. It's a misunderstanding. Oh, it seems like something has started.
I wonder what the commotion is about. Should we go and see?
I invited him, and we went together to see what was happening in the corridor. In the corridor, Director Mira and other executives were engaged in an argument. Young employees were watching from a distance. When the handsome employee and I stepped into the corridor, another employee approached me. Mr. Johnson, it seems like yesterday was tough for you. Are you okay?
Oh, something happened?
The handsome employee, unaware of the situation, looked at me.
Good. It seems that the news about yesterday's incident is spreading among the employees. Mira, did you really make Mr. Johnson clean alone yesterday?
Cleaning? Concerned by the executive in charge of cleaning, Director Mira stammered and struggled to respond. No, that's not. It's not true. Mr. Johnson took the initiative and did it. Mira tried to shift the blame onto me as if I were responsible.
That's a lie. Yesterday, right after work, Director Mira ordered me to clean.
Here, I intervened between Director Mira and the executives. I explained what had happened yesterday. Director Mira was greatly shaken by my appearance and involuntarily let out a gasp.
Yesterday, when we stayed late in the office, we discovered Mr. Johnson cleaning alone. When we asked why he was cleaning at such a late hour, he said he was ordered to do so by Mira. To burden a subordinate with hard labor while indulging yourself at an upscale Japanese restaurant? What is the meaning of this? The surrounding employees stared at Director Mira with cold eyes. Upon hearing the executive's word, it seemed that the employees were appalled by what Director Mira had done.
Mr. Johnson, you weren't feeling unwell? He was always harsh with Mr. Johnson, but this is going too far. They voiced their condemnation one after another, and Director Mira tried to come up with an explanation, opening and closing her mouth. However, she remained silent, as she couldn't find any words to deceive them. I cleaned as instructed by Director Mira yesterday. However, her instruction was broad, saying do it moderately. So I decided to thoroughly clean everything. I diligently polished every window in the corridor and the office.
holding cleaning tools. It was unexpected that I was discovered by the executives who were staying late, and they were greatly surprised. That's when I decided to inform on Director Miller, telling them that I was ordered to stay and clean by her. After insulting me as a useless old man, the director ordered me to clean alone, but since I always seemed to anger her, I wanted to be at least helpful with the cleaning. I sniffed and pretended to be overly saddened, gaining sympathy from the executives. How terrible to make a senior subordinate do this much. I successfully directed the anger of the sympathetic executives towards Director Miller, although I was told I didn't have to clean anymore. I insisted that I would see it sought to end. As a result, I cleaned the entire company until I missed the last train. No wonder the office looked unusually clean as soon as I entered. The employees looked closely at the sparkling windows and cupboards, expressing admiration. Oh, of course, I cleaned everyone's desks as well. Don't worry, I didn't touch any important documents. The desks, chairs, floors, and even the fluorescent lights in the department were shining like new. However, I couldn't fix the scratches that had accumulated over the years. I made full use of the vacuum cleaner, and not a speck of dust remained in the corners. For places the vacuum couldn't reach, I used a stroller or other thin object wrapped with gauze to remove the dust. Thanks to using all my muscles, I ended up with muscle soreness like I hadn't experienced in a while. To do all this alone, Mr. Johnson, who are you? Well, when I heard it was cleaning, I couldn't help but get enthusiastic like in the old days. The truth is, before I came to this company, I worked at a cleaning company. Whenever there was a request, I would go to the site every day and clean up harder hoses and sinks that hadn't been cleaned in years. It was quite labor-intensive, but the refreshing and satisfying feeling when a room full of garbage became clean and tidy was incomparable. I was also familiar with handling cleaning agents and dealing with stubborn stares. I have a tendency to get absorbed in things and can't focus on anything else once I do. Well, that's why I often get scolded by Director Miller for not listening to others. And when Director Miller ordered me to clean, I remembered that sense of satisfaction and got fired up to do it slowly. Cleaning the entire company alone was exhausting, but it felt good to see the dirt being completely removed. And it was a thrill to throw away the accumulated trash bags all at once. I ended up missing the last train because I stayed up all night and I had to spend the night at a nearby internet cafe. But being at a net cafe for the first time, I was excited and couldn't calm down. To make Mr. Johnson do something like that, the director is the worst. As I was satisfied with the results of the cleaning, the handsome employee next to me cast a contemptuous look at the Director Miller. Other male employees did the same, and everyone present scorned Director Miller. Suddenly, I found myself surrounded by enemies, with no one on my side. Director Miller, with tears in her eyes, approached me. Hey, explain to everyone that it's a misunderstanding coming from you. It's true that I was harsh. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Director Miller clung to me, begging for forgiveness, but I firmly refused to listen. Then the handsome employee pulled her away. To be honest, I'm disappointed in the director Miller. I don't want to see your face anymore. Oh no. Director Miller, who had been rejected by her favorite handsome employee, burst into tears and crumbled to the ground, her knees giving way. Due to her discriminatory behavior towards me and forcing me to work beyond regular hours, USF faced disciplinary action from the company's executives, including the president. She received a reprimand and a pay cut as a punishment. With her fangs pulled out, USF became docile, and there was no one to defend her. Where is my desk? After being tightly bound by the executives, Director Miller returned to her department with heavy steps. However, she couldn't find her usual desk and became perplexed. Oh, Director, I moved your desk to the basement. I stood up from my chair and led the astonished Director Miller to the basement. While cleaning, I also did some inventory management. We had some free space in the basement storage, so I thought it would be a good idea to move your desk here. The warehouse on the basement floor was used as a temporary storage place for surplus supplies and was rarely visited. Despite the fluorescent lights, it was dim and filled with cold air. Director Miller's desk and chair were placed in the middle of the warehouse, surrounded by cardboard boxes containing supplies. You didn't have to go this far just because you dislike me. Director Miller, hysterical voice echoed off the basement walls. Everyone except me dislikes you, Director. They don't even want to see your face. Seeing the face of someone they dislike lowers their motivation, and it brings back unpleasant memories of the things you said to me. So, together with everyone, I requested to the CEO to keep physical distance from you. The CEO agreed, and while you were away, we moved your desk here. Upon learning that all employees disliked her, Director Miller opened her mouth wide in astonishment, silently staring at her desk. We couldn't clean this place in time. It's a bit dusty and smells musty. But once you clean it properly, it will be usable without any issues. Please clean it yourself. Well then, I'll go back upstairs. I handed Director Miller a broom and a dustpan and climbed the stairs back to the ground floor. Wait a minute, don't leave me here. Director Miller's despairing voice could be heard from behind. However, I didn't turn around and left the basement. Since then, no one went near the basement storage, and occasionally Miller's sobbing voice could be heard. I received praise from my superiors and colleagues from my cleaning skills. There was even a suggestion to sell new cleaning products and tools in addition to office supplies. The CEO valued my cleaning skills and knowledge, and I was entrusted with online sales. This broom here is amazing. The handle is adjustable, making it easy to use in any location. It's sturdy, doesn't break easily, and makes cleaning a breeze. It's a highly recommended product. After uploading demonstration videos of using the actual product for sales promotion, its reputation gradually spread, and orders increased. I was happy that I could promote a product I personally recommended.
have customers purchase it and hear them say it was easy to use. Being able to utilize my own experience and skills in this way made my work even more enjoyable. Let's do a welcome party for you, Mr. Johnson. The attractive male colleague invited everyone, and we decided to go to a high-end Japanese restaurant after work. On the way to the restaurant, the employees unanimously expressed their thoughts. When they went to the restaurant with Director Miller, the food was delicious, but they couldn't fully enjoy it due to constantly being subjected to her complaints and self-praise, as well as being ordered to praise her. So tonight, without the disliked Director Miller, everyone was looking forward to enjoying themselves to the fullest, and their expressions were bright. I felt happy to have been invited to dinner this time and to be valued by my colleagues. We arrived at the restaurant, drank together, and deepened our bonds.